Bridges. They are one of humans' most important creations. They help us clear spans that we can normally cross, helping in travel time, transportation of goods, and helping the community to establish relationships with neighboring towns. The island of Manhattan receives the particularity of being New York's most important region, while being surrounded by two rivers, the Hudson and East Rivers. The city's most important bridge, built in 1883, is the Brooklyn Bridge, which is one of the city's most famous landmarks. Brooklyn Bridge is one of the oldest cable-stayed suspension bridges in the United States. Harboring a neo-Gothic style, it is raised above the East River, connecting the boroughs of Manhattan at the right and Brooklyn at the left. The bridge, originally referred to as the New York and Brooklyn Bridge and as the East River Bridge, was opened for use on May 24, 1883. The opening ceremony was attended by several thousand people, and many ships were present in the East Bay for the occasion. President Chester A. Arthur and Mayor Franklin Edson crossed the bridge to celebratory cannon fire and were greeted by Brooklyn Mayor Seth Low when they reached the Brooklyn Side Tower. Arthur shook hands with Washington Roebling, the original designer's son, at the latter's home after the ceremony. Roebling was unable to attend the ceremony and in fact rarely visited the site again, but held a celebratory banquet at his house on the day of the bridge opening. Further festivity included the performance of a band, gunfire from ships, and a fireworks display. In its context, it harbors to the south of Manhattan, close to the Lower Manhattan Zone. The bridge possesses pedestrian and vehicle accesses. The bridge was designed by John Augustus Roebling. He developed a suspension bridge that uses a hybrid cable-stayed suspension bridge system. The towers are built of limestone, granite, and Rosendale cement. It has a main span of 486.3 meters, a total length of 1,825.4 meters, and a height of 84.3 meters above the water. It was the first steel-wire suspension bridge constructed in the U.S. Construction of the bridge began in 1869. The bridge's two towers were built by floating two caissons, giant upside-down boxes made of southern yellow pine, in the span of the East River, and then began to build the stone towers on top of them until they sank to the bottom of the river. Compressed air was pumped into the caissons, and workers entered the space to dig the sediment until the caissons sank to the bedrock. The bridge originally carried horse-drawn and rail traffic, with a separate elevated walkway along the center line for pedestrians and bicycles. Since 1950, the main roadway has carried 6 lanes of automobile traffic. The bridge is accessible for cars from the Brooklyn entrances of Tillery and Adams Streets, Sands and Pearl Streets, and exit 28B of the eastbound Brooklyn-Queens Expressway. In Manhattan, cars can enter from either direction of the FDR Drive, Park Row, Chambers and Central Streets, and Pearl and Frankfurt Streets. Pedestrian and bicycle access to the bridge from the Brooklyn side is from either Tillery or Adams Streets, or a staircase on Prospect Street between Catman Plaza East and West. In Manhattan, the pedestrian walkway is accessible from the end of Center Street or through the unpaid suite staircase of Brooklyn Bridge, City Hall, Chambers Street Subway Station Complex. The Brooklyn Bridge gave not only New York but the whole country a precious and useful gift. Linking two of the most important boroughs of New York City, the bridge received high importance that remains today after more than 100 years. Giving travel ease to merchants and workers and providing a safe route to pedestrians and cyclists, The Brooklyn Bridge is not only important, but because of its rich history, it is the city's most famous bridge.